I was right out here fishing in the mouth of the Housatonic River with my dad. And my dad was a big fisherman, a local guy, and we're out here fishing for flounder, and it's April, and I'm sitting there bouncing my little sinker on the bottom, freezing, and my dad looks up and he says, "Motley, look at this white bird." And I looked up, and this big white bird flew by, and he said, "Do you see that?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's an osprey." He said, "That bird will become extinct in your lifetime."
Osprey Nation uses the power of volunteer citizen scientists to document one of the most amazing avian comeback stories. Ospreys are big, bold fish-eating hawks found along waterways throughout Connecticut. With Osprey Nation, the Connecticut Audubon Society has created a long-term monitoring program to track the bird's population, breeding success, the foods they eat, and ultimately their health and the health of the environment.
I have kayaked all over the North Fork of Long Island, or all the way down Long Island Sound. I've been observing the growth of the osprey population now since 2008 when I started making these trips. So I'm very interested in what's happening with osprey populations. They seem to be really doing well.
In the late 60s, early 70s, the number of osprey were extremely low. I think there was only one active nest.
With industrialization, everything was being destroyed and built up. So I'm really looking to bring them back and making sure that they have a place to live.
The banning of DDT in the early 1970s, the osprey and other top-of-the-line predators like bald eagle, brown pelican, and peregrine falcon have made an incredible return to the area.
If people don't focus on this, put this issue on the back burner, could phase out, not entirely, but definitely to the point of low existence. That isn't something that should happen with these birds.
The Osprey Nation project was actually something that was kind of a brainstorm between a bunch of folks at Connecticut Audubon Society and me when we were talking about different ways that they could help us with sort of data gaps and things that we wanted to try and monitor in the state, but we're finding a little bit challenging. We're seeing a lot more requests for additional platforms. We're also getting a lot more reports of osprey nesting on other sorts of locations. They're continuing to try and make use of utility poles, which is not always the best thing. We've seen them on all kinds of other unusual places. The great thing is with having Osprey Nation in place, we've got a lot of folks who are monitoring individual platforms and can tell us if winter storms have damaged one or there's one that's missing, which gives us a good idea that that might be a place that's ready for another pole to be installed. They've also been really good in the situations where we've had some member of the public call us and say, "We found an injured osprey and we're really concerned about it, what can you do?" And so, they're able to talk to one another, marshal a group of folks, and try and get responses out for birds that might be hurt and injured. So it's really giving us a way to respond in real time to what's going on with our osprey statewide.
My son and I, we saw an article in the local paper about them needing volunteers to monitor the nests. We just started doing this year. There was decided to take a shot at volunteering, so this is the first year that we've done it. Basically, they asked that we come once every 2 weeks to find a bird like this, 100 yards from a main artery where traffic is all over the place was kind of surprising to me.
You wouldn't think they would be at a baseball field, seeing as there's so many people around, and to know that they actually go to the ocean to get birds or to get fish and come back and feed, how long of a trip that is, pretty cool.
I am in touch with all of the stewards at Osprey Nation, and they, when a steward observes his nests or her many nests, they email me the data and I upload it to both a Excel spreadsheet and the interactive map that we have on our website. The map is basically a custom Google map, and it's set up to have green pins for nests that do have a steward, red for those that don't. It's a lot of communication back and forth. Osprey are good indicators of water quality. Last year we knew of 78 nests that ended up having juveniles. This year we know of 151 nests that have juveniles. So we have a general template data form for our stewards to fill out, and it's fairly simple. It asks how many adults, how many nestlings are at the nest, what the date was, give a full outline of what happened during their observation. That actually really helps give us a better handle on what's going on at the nest.
I think it's a great citizen science program involving over 160 people across the state. It's really, really important to involve the public in a project like this to make it successful. People ownership of the project is really the way to go.
Just looking for something different to do as a volunteer basis. This actually worked out pretty well for us.
I can only see Osprey Nation growing and drawing in more people.
How can you help? Email us, osprey@ctaudubon.org to become an Osprey Nation volunteer, and visit our website to become a member of the Connecticut Audubon Society.